We just scored a major win for open meeting rights. The Open Information Collective, or OIC, a group of advocates for government transparency, won a major victory today for the whole state of California. After being denied their legal right to entry, students attempting to attend a meeting of the California State University System's Board of Trustees used OIC tools and protocols to persuade the security guards to let them in to exert their rights. The strong provisions of the Bagley-Keene Act, which protects open meeting rights for state government bodies, led them to realize that they were in error. At this particular meeting, they weren't just restricting the number of people who could enter, an issue at previous meetings which led the OIC to develop tools for these types of scenarios. They kept out anyone who wasn't planning on giving public comment. This prevented solidarity actions among the attendees and people from observing the meeting, as was their right. These restrictions applied as soon as the doors were opened, despite the relatively low volume of people entering the meeting. Prior to making these tools, the OIC had asked the California State University Board of Trustees to cure and correct these violations. The official list of violations included keeping people from giving public comment, keeping people out of the chambers even when they were half empty, and keeping the doors closed so people couldn't observe the meeting. G. Andrew Jones, the CSU's top lawyer, sent response letters to the many individuals from the OIC, Students for Quality Education, the California Faculty Association, and independents, who sent letters to the CSU alongside the OIC denying our claims. After the Los Angeles County District Attorney's Office, which would have had the ability to file a nullification lawsuit or issue charges upon the board members, refused to act, the OIC began developing its protocols. These protocols were shown in the meetings to be heavily effective and critical. In addition to online distribution, the OIC, in coordination with Students for Quality Education at CSU Channel Islands and other groups, printed nearly 100 paper copies to distribute to attendees. The CSU board is one of the most notorious violators of the Bagley-Keene Act, but with the size of the California state government, it surely isn't the only one. The University of San Diego Center for Public Interest Law noted that the State Bar of California violated Bagley-Keene in a 2016 meeting, which, ironically, discussed the elimination of Bagley-Keene. The First Amendment Coalition, ACLU, for California, Electronic Frontier Foundation, and Californians Aware, four groups which also fight for government transparency alongside us at the OIC, complained to the California Law Enforcement Telecommunications System that meetings of two of their sub-agencies in 2015 were also routinely in violation of Bagley-Keene. As such, it is critical to keep fighting. Our victory at the CSU Board of Trustees is key. It shows that the law is on the people's side, and that even in the face of those who wish to ignore the law, the power rests in the people to enforce the law. As written in the law, the people do not give their public servants the right to decide what is good for the people to know and what is not good for them to know. The people insist on remaining informed so that they may retain control over the instruments that they have created. But the fight is not over and is never over. Bagley-Keene violations still continue, and those who perpetuate them, even at the CSU, are still in power. The Ralph M. Brown Act, a substantially similar law but for local agencies, is routinely flouted by governments at all levels of the state. All tools and protocols used by the OIC will always be available on our website, oic.ameip.net, or by contacting any official member of the OIC. We stand at the ready to help anyone struggling with public records laws, open meeting violations, government intrusions into privacy, and more. If you'd like to help join the fight, contact us and join the OIC today.